Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets hidden within corporate filings. Today we're diving into a report from Edison International and their main subsidiary, Southern California Edison Company. And let's just say this filing has a bit of a business update flavor to it, which could mean we're getting a peek behind the curtain at their strategy moving forward. Alright, let's get straight into it. This isn't your typical in-depth financial report like a 10K or 10Q, but rather a current report that signals something newsworthy has happened or is being shared with investors. The report is dated July 31st, 2025. These reports are usually filed to quickly inform the public about significant events. This filing covers two main entities. First up is Edison International, the parent company identified by Commission File Number 19936. And then there's Southern California Edison Company, their utility arm, which you might know better as SCE, with file number 123113. It's important to look at both because EC is where a lot of the day-to-day action happens for their customers. Edison International, the parent company, is a pretty big player in the energy sector. Think of them as the holding company that oversees various energy-related businesses. Southern California Edison Company, on the other hand, is the actual electric utility serving millions of customers across a vast area of Southern California. They're the ones you see maintaining the power lines and generating electricity. Edison International's common stock trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol EIX. This is a big signal to investors that they are a publicly traded company whose performance directly impacts shareholders. Now, the real meat of this filing often comes from what they disclose. This particular report indicates a Regulation FD disclosure. Regulation Fair Disclosure, or FD, is a rule by the Securities and Exchange Commission that prevents companies from selectively disclosing important information to certain people like analysts or big investors before making it public. So when you see this, it means they're sharing information that could move the stock price, and they're doing it broadly. This section tells us why they are filing this report. They're essentially saying that their management team is going to use the information in an attached presentation, Exhibit 99.1, to talk to important people in the investment world, like big fund managers and those who analyze publicly traded companies. This presentation is also going to be available on their investor relations website. This signals that they're actively engaging with the financial community to communicate crucial business updates. And under item 901, we see the details of what's being filed. The key exhibit here is Exhibit 99.1, titled Edison International Business Update Presentation. This is the document that likely contains all the juicy details they're sharing. Since this filing is a current report and not a detailed quarterly or annual report, the presentation itself is probably where you'll find the most substantive information about their performance, strategy, or any significant events. And of course, the filing is signed off by company officials, in this case, Kara G. Ryan, who holds the impressive titles of Vice President, Chief Accounting Officer, and Controller. This is standard practice, showing that the company is officially certifying the information they are providing. Now let's put on our investor hats. What does an Edison International Business Update presentation shared on July 31st, 2025 likely mean for the company and its investors? Given that it's a business update, it's probable that management is either addressing recent performance, introducing new strategic initiatives, or perhaps discussing upcoming challenges or opportunities. Companies often use these presentations to provide more color and context around their financial results, or to highlight progress on long-term goals that might not be immediately apparent in a standard regulatory filing. The fact that they're going to be presenting this to institutional investors and analysts suggests they believe the information within is significant enough to warrant proactive outreach to the financial markets. What we'd be looking for within that presentation would be any new capital expenditure plans, updates on their clean energy transition efforts, which is a big theme for utilities these days, insights into how regulatory changes might impact their operations and earnings, and of course, any commentary on their financial health and outlook. Investors will want to know if they're on track to meet their earnings targets, manage their debt effectively, and continue delivering value to shareholders. If we were to speculate on the content based on the current industry trends, Edison International and SKE are likely to be discussing their investments in renewable energy sources like solar and wind, upgrades to their grid infrastructure to make it more resilient and capable of handling distributed energy resources like rooftop solar, and their strategies for navigating California's ambitious climate goals. They may also be talking about their performance in managing operational costs, customer growth or retention, and their approach to cybersecurity and physical security of their assets, which are always critical concerns for utility companies. While this filing doesn't contain the detailed financial tables we might see in a 10Q, the purpose of this filing is to communicate something important. The attached presentation is designed to tell a story. It's a proactive move by the company to ensure key stakeholders are informed. From a broader perspective, Edison International operates in a heavily regulated industry, which means their profitability and growth are often tied to decisions made by public utility commissions and state legislatures. Any updates they are providing could be related to recent regulatory decisions, changes in energy policy, or even significant weather events that could impact their operations or demand for electricity. For example, a new state mandate on renewable energy targets could require significant investment, which would be a key talking point in a business update. Conversely, a favourable regulatory decision on their rate requests could boost earnings. The fact that they are making this presentation available publicly also suggests a commitment to transparency, which is generally viewed favourably by investors. It allows everyone to get the same information at the same time, levelling the playing field. Our assessment of a company like Edison International typically involves looking at several key areas. First, their operational efficiency. How well are they managing their large infrastructure and delivering reliable service? Second, their financial discipline. Are they managing their debt levels responsibly, especially as they invest in new technologies and infrastructure? Finally, their strategic positioning. Are they adapting effectively to the changing energy landscape, particularly the shift towards cleaner energy sources, and are they anticipating and responding to regulatory changes? This type of filing, an 8K with a regulation FD disclosure about a business update, is a strong indicator that there's something specific management wants to highlight. It could be a bright spot like a new partnership or a successful project milestone. Or it could be management preparing investors for a change like a revised financial forecast or a new strategic direction without seeing the actual presentation. We're reading the intent behind the filing. They are actively managing the narrative and providing information that they believe is important for the market to understand their current situation and future plans. This is a common practice to keep investors informed between the more structured quarterly reports. What's our take on this? Companies that proactively share business updates and engage with investors like this are often trying to build confidence and manage expectations. This filing suggests Edison International and SCE are in a phase where they have important strategic information to institutional investors before making it broadly available through the website indicates a deliberate effort to reach the financially savvy audience. First, likely to gauge reaction and ensure they understand the key messages. It's a good sign when companies are transparent and communicative, but ultimately the value of this communication depends entirely on the content of that presentation. We'll be watching to see if this update signals strong growth, effective strategy execution, or investors before making it broadly available through the website indicates a deliberate effort to reach the financially savvy audience first, likely to gauge reaction and ensure they understand the key messages. It's a good sign when companies are transparent and communicative, but ultimately the value of this communication depends entirely on the content of that presentation. Alright, that's our initial decode of this SEC filing. What are your thoughts on what this business update might entail for Edison International and SCE? Share your predictions and insights in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate finance. Make sure to check out our Discord channel linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next decode.